This is Be a Cellphone CJ
with Gino
and Mandy.
Citizen journalism is whereby citizens tell their own stories. That's what I can say. And citizen journalism, you don't have to go to university for 3 or 4 years and get a degree. Because if you go to the township and tell those people about the Protection of Information Bill or the Media Appeals Tribunal, that's French to them. They don't understand what you're talking about. But with citizen journalists, because even us, we don't know much about those things. So what we do, we go and research about them, and then we really understand them. What is it about? What is this Protection of Information Bill all about? And then once we really understand that, we go back to the people and simplify these things to them. So that is the role that the citizen journalism is playing in the community. Unlike just reporting those big words and make people cracking their skulls.
Okay, Gino, so I get it. Your story can't just be random J about anything. It needs to matter to your community.
Yes, Nandi. So what would you do your story on?
Yes, I actually don't know.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to learn next. How would you get your story idea? What we're going to be taking a look at now is relevance and the importance of news and news writing. Do you watch a lot of news?
Yeah, I watch a lot of news.
Do you find that there's any problems that maybe...
Yeah, there is a problem because the news actually showing the things that are happening like in Bloemfontein, Johannesburg and this, but it's not showing the news that are happening here, you know.
Okay. So it's not relevant to you guys, like stuff that happens out there, which is a very valid point that you make, you know. And the whole point about relevance and importance is that you need to learn about things that apply to you. But it's so much better knowing about like endlini or ekhaya, things that relate to you, about bombako and your family, or siswako, or tatako, like, and all that kind of stuff. So that's the importance of citizen journalism. Like with traditional journalism, it's usually professionals like abantu abasebenzayo, and then they go out, they get the stories from abantu abasebenza government or people who are like in higher up places. Traditional journalism, it's all very objective. It's the facts, it's what's right, it's what needs to be said, it's what needs to be heard. Citizen journalism, it's more subjective, so it's like your opinion, you know, it's like how you feel about something, you know. If, let's say for example, your town is dirty and there's like a lot of litter everywhere, like all over the place. That is not something that's going to bother everybody else in the country because they don't live in the same place. But because on every day, you have to walk through this passage, and this passage has all the litter and it's got broken bottles, the story becomes important to you, and that's what citizen journalism is. It's like you saying, this thing, I could write for abandoning pillar now, you know. It's not, it affects you. And it affects the people around you. Going back to that litter example, I'm going to do a little short clip about how this litter affects me. Like every time I go to school, like we obviously it's called CM Willem. Every time when I go to CM Willem, I have to walk through this passage and there's this litter. And there's a bunch of guys who are always complaining about it. So all you do is that you go and you interview that guy, how do you feel about this litter lying around here? Then you go to I don't know, down Grahamstown to the city hall, see if you can get some officials and say, hey, we've got a problem here, can you please help us? And then you just record an interview with them saying, yeah, we've tried to put measures in place to see this litter may be removed, but nobody's removing it, so don't make it up. You just try to get like as many different angles with how do you feel about it? Mister, how do you feel about it? How does that girl feel about it? And that's how you make a story. That's what it is in essence. It's that simple.
So you can tell a story about anything as long as they're important to you and your community.
Yes, those stories have to be relevant and they need to affect the people in your community. Remember, everybody needs to find your story relevant.
So stories, they're just all around us, Jay. We just need to choose the ones that we want to make our CJ films on.
Exactly that. So what we need to do now is come up with ideas about what we want our CJ stories to be about.
So till next time, think about what kind of stories you would like to tell and stay in touch.
For more information, check out Be a Cellphone CJ on Boza or Community Television.
Bye.
Sharp.